my Divine Soul Star family. Today we are going to talk about manifestors, the manifestor aura, and what it means to have a manifestor design within human design. Within human design, we learn that there are 5 different types and that each type has a very unique aura, a very unique gift as a way to contribute as part of the collective of humanity within this lifetime. And that maybe lifetime to lifetime we might choose a different aura. But the aura that we have chosen in this lifetime is going to be very special because it's not only going to signify the gift that we have come to be, how we express ourselves, and really on a soul level, what we are here to really grow into, to express, to manifest, and to be within this incarnational cycle as far as being our highest realized potential as a core star that we are. So in this video, as we talk about manifestors, we're going to dive into some very unique things. We're going to look at what are the 5 types. How are they supposed to work together? How do we work together even if we're all different types of auras? Why is it so important to know our own type? What is our gift? As a manifestor, it's going to be important for you to know what is your particular gift as far as informing and how to be that gift for the world. How does your aura function? Knowing that a manifestor is very unique in this lifetime because your aura is different than 91% of all the other auras that humans express on the planet. So how do you also use this aura to make decisions for yourself as your inner authority, how to have healthy relationships, and how to also support your energy and your ideas as you be this unique gift in this incarnation? So as we look at human design is really special because we do have 5 different types. And within this, one of the things for us to recognize is that even though we all come in with a different aura or a different type, and that there are different percentages to each one as far as the population on the planet, that we're not meant to be individuated as far as just being our aura and not worrying about the rest of the world. Now, this is super important, my manifestor family, because there is going to be a very unique energy that you're going to see that you chose in this lifetime that's going to make you feel a little bit like an island or separate from the way a lot of other people maybe interact with each other or share with each other, or how the aura is, because your aura is completely reversed or opposite from 91% of the other types. Every other type, be it generators, manifesting generators, projectors, and reflectors, all have magnetic auras. But your aura in this lifetime has a pulsing aura. You're here to be a gift and to emanate that energy out. So, as we just put this kind of on the forefront of our thoughts through all of this conversation, it's important to recognize that every type, even though every type might feel individual, unique, or different from the others, we're here to learn how we all work together, that we're meant to utilize our auras as a gift to the greater community or tribe. So, as a manifester, you're here to really inspire and get things moving. You're here to provoke thoughts, ideas, inventions, and inspirations into your community around you. You're here to get things moving. And within that, as you get to recognize this energy, it is very important to start to honor that you're meant to share ideas and inform others, which means that's impossible to live your design or your purpose if you're all by yourself in your own laboratory or in your own study, not interacting with other people's, isn't it? So, this is important to recognize that even though you do require as a type a lot of alone time, there is a great importance in your life purpose in this lifetime to find your tribe, to find your people, and to find those that you can inspire and help get their energy moving into great ideas, projects, or inspirations for the world. Now, knowing that we have these 5 types and all of these 5 types are meant to work together, We want to recognize that there's a special purpose for this. So, as a manifester, you can realize that you did come with an aura that's pulsing out, kind of like a solar energy. And in that way, that others are meant to absorb or receive your energy within this lifetime. How could this work as all five types or the tribe working together? Well, all the other types are going to have their own way of receiving things. So, knowing that generators are here and even manifesting generators are here to actually get inspired of what they want to put their energy into. What do they want to start to get into as a project and dive into and put that generator amount of energy into creating? Now, projectors are here to share wisdom. So they might receive your ideas as more of a contemplation for how to maybe look at these as the ways that they could fit within the greater community. Maybe inspiring the generator types, maybe inspiring others for how to take the ideas that you have and flush them out, make them work a little bit more in a flow, or find the different ways to really get these ideas going. They're really great at being project managers, like the wisdom keepers, the ones that can really coach or counsel to how to get things flowing in another way, right? So now you can realize that as you interact with each different type is going to receive what you have to share a little bit different. And you want to get really sensitive as to how to feel that. So as your energy pulses out, you might feel a projector receiving it quite intensely and then maybe needing to pull back and pull away so that they can process it through their own internal wisdom processes, right? And this is really important. A generator might take it and get really excited and amp it up. And you'll probably feel that because when you're with a generator type, you get amped up. Your energy will get amped up. You will feel a burst of energy because they are the ones that hold the energy of the sacral center within this lifetime. Projectors, on the other hand, are a lot like you. They don't hold an energy motor. So, therefore, they need to take things in, process them, and also have a lot of alone time within them. So, when you share ideas with a projector, it might feel a little less exciting sometimes on an energy level of getting projects going because again they need to also feel out, and it'll be like two non-energy types sharing ideas with each other. So it's truly the generator types that start to take ideas and really rev them up with how to get these ideas going, inventions going, creations going, and get them into movement, where then projectors can come in and help to start to manage and how they can flow in the best way. Now, when you connect with a reflector, this will be a little bit different too, because a reflector also is not an energy type. In fact, they have no defined centers within their chart. And even though they may hear your idea and be very inspired by it, they don't have a motor to get it going. So truly, they are someone that can be a reflection back to you, that when you share your ideas with them, that if they feel as though they are excited about the ideas, that you feel positive energies being reflected back to you. This is actually more of a confirmation for you, as they're being really a mirror of your own energy back to you. Remember, they're reflectors. They're like a mirror, and your energy is pulsing out. So as you pulse out, it's like their mirror just takes it and pulses it back to you. And your job is to feel that vibration in that energy. And do you like what you see? Do you like what you are contemplating? Do you need to take it back to the drawing board? These kinds of things. So this is going to be very important to understand that, again, even though it might be like, oh, well, I'm different than everybody else. No, it is more that you just have a unique position within the tribe. And in this lifetime, in order to fulfill that position, you need to let yourself go out and be amongst others and also learn how to discern how your energy bounces back from others as you are pulsing your energy onto them. This way that you can start to feel, if it feels like a good match, great. If not, that there isn't a need to feel like you're not being received by the others, but maybe they're just not the right field of energy in order to plant that seed or that idea. And so your job in this life is to actually start to discern with love where are your ideas being received, and where is it that it's maybe not the best place to plant those seeds or those ideas. And as you start to learn to discern that, you can start to learn how working together is actually really quite an exciting, and you do start to feel yourself as really fitting in and being part of a tribe, a community, and really a gift to others. So, another thing that we have as a reflection of our purpose within this lifetime is something that we would refer to as our incarnation cross. Now, our incarnation cross is rather special because we all have a very unique and different one. There are many different ones that express out. So, this is coming from your design and your personality side. The personality is the side that the numbers are in black, the design are in red. And this is coming from your sun and earth on either side. These create what is called your incarnation cross, which starts to signify the path or the compass that you have come to be. Now, within this, they are all very unique and different. Certain incarnation crosses are here to express love and to be a vessel of love and a representation of love back into the collective of humanity. Others are meant to bring back our memories of the past, maybe say the incarnation of the Sphinx, which is more about re-remembering within our ancient ways of doing things. There are going to be others that are here to really give a clarion call and to awaken others. Now, every incarnation cross is very unique, and there is even some that are really designed to make sure that humanity doesn't ever get stagnant or too comfortable. And there are incarnation crosses that are here to provoke, to get people up off of their seat. Excuse me. To really inspire people to feel challenged and in order to try something else. So, within this, as you start to look at your unique manifestor aura, that you are here again to pulse energy out, but your incarnation cross is going to tell you what kind of energy are you here to pulse out? How do you want to inspire others? And as you start to meditate and contemplate on your incarnation cross, this will start to give you the way to recognize what your design is meant to be as a gift for the tribe and for the community. Now, within this, again, manifestors are approximately 9% of the population. Your gift, again, is ideas and inspirations. You do not have a sustainable motor, so it's really important for you to take care of your energy. You're one of the main types within human design. As an initiator, you're designed to move energy into action without waiting for an external validation. This makes you absolutely different than every magnetic type. Every other type has to wait for something. You're the only one that is here to design to get stuff in motion without having to need any type of external signals or synchronicities to inspire a validation for that. Unlike generators who have to respond or projectors who have to be invited, you're really a unique type that can act independently with the way that your energy moves. You do not require interaction with others to set things into motion. So it's important to remember that. You're the only type that is meant to just do it. Your strategy, though, is very uncomfortable at first when you are learning how to work with it. It is probably the least comfortable thing that you will be asked to do within this lifetime, and that is to inform. That even though you're here to initiate and to get energy moving, you're not meant to do it as a solo island unto yourself. You really need to have a community and a tribe that you're sharing with them. What are you investigating? What are you researching? What are you reading? What are you inventing? What are you thinking about? The things that you're into, the things that inspire you to get on maybe the internet and search things, the things that inspire you is for maybe what you like to draw or what you like to be passionate about. You have to share it with other people. If you're not sharing it, you will not feel vitalized, happy, or joyful in this lifetime. In fact, you will start to feel yourself as though you are uncertain of what your purpose is. So the more that you start to realize that whatever you're into, anything, whatever it is, your hobbies, your interests, whatever you like to research, you have to get into platforms, places, or groups that you just share it. Just type it out, share it, speak it out, let other people know. You don't need to have somebody else ask you for it like another type. Your job is to plant those seeds of ideas and inspirations, whether it's in group chats, family circles, doesn't matter. Your job is to inform. Now, again, I say this isn't always the most comfortable thing for you because a manifestor many times your thoughts are just brilliant. They're fast. You multidimensionally think about all kinds of things. And so sometimes the idea of, oh, well, I need to inform. Well, what do I inform? I've been thinking about this and this and this and this. You're going to have to find a way to summarize it up or at least share what's on the top of your mind. This is very important. Now, when you start to recognize that your aura type is closed and also repelling in a way, that this isn't about not being received or wanted by others. In fact, it's completely the opposite. You are a very magnetic and attractive type to others. And magnetic might not be the word. Let's use the word magnetism, where there is almost a primal energy within your field that others are very attracted to if they are your tribe and your people. And when your aura is closed, all it means is that you're really here to get your ideas and inspirations from your higher self, from your universal family, from your guardian teams. So it's not really that you're meant to close the world off or push others away. Closed and repelling means that, again, your energy pulses out. And closed means that you're not necessarily meant to get ideas and inspirations as far as what you're working on from others. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't listen to others, can't read other people's materials and things like this, but think of them as libraries of resources for your own kind of studies, your own contemplations, and your own inventions that you're doing. So, just to be clear, it's not like you're not getting inspired by other humans on the planet. You absolutely are, through books, through reading things, through hearing things, maybe videos, all kinds of things. But they're all very much kind of like a study or a research for you for what you're really interested in. And so the more you think about that, then as you ingest all of those ideas and poof, the light bulb goes off, you want to get that out and share it with the world. Now, when you are not fortifying your energy field, if you are starting to let other people's energy into your field, or if you are not truly honoring your design by informing others, you can start to have the not self theme of anger. This is really an agitation. So if someone is pushing a lot of ideas on you, it can bring up the theme of anger as well, in the sense that, again, your aura is designed to kind of put up a guard, if you will, if something's trying to enter into your thought forms without you're inviting it or wanting it in that space. Now, when you are working with your true energy, you'll feel a sense of peace. It feels as though, it's just a sense of either inspiration, peace, a sense of really being vitalized with the ideas, the kind, or you can lose yourself for hours and hours into things just from the joy of what you're doing. So as you start to contemplate these things, it's important to really start to go like, okay, I know what my aura is like now. How can I support that so that I can feel inspired by the things that I love to research, to contemplate, or to create? Yet at the same time, how can I also still honor informing and being the seed of inspiration for others to the community that I am a part of in this lifetime? Now, every manifestor has a different inner authority. Your inner authority is going to be very important for you to contemplate and work with. There is the emotional solar plexus, the splenic, or the heart, which is also referred to as the ego authority. Now, within these are all very, very different. The emotional solar plexus means that there is going to be a lot more of a wave up and down between your mind and your heart. And this is a great time to start to bring in one of the greatest kind of life lessons, probably on a soul level, of why you chose the manifestor aura. One of really the sole purposes of a manifestor is actually to learn heart coherence. How do you balance heart and mind? Your mind, again, is brilliant, yet at the same time, you'll catch yourselves many times living in your mind. Yet at the same time, you'll also recognize you're like a walking heart, that you have a lot of love and a lot of compassion for humanity and a lot of desire for others to be happy and to feel love. Yet at the same time, it almost feels like those two aspects of yourself might fight against each other. So, in a lot of ways, your own personal soul purpose in this lifetime is to learn how to balance your heart and your mind, how to feel loved and received, primarily by learning how to work with your aura. And also, how do you also start to take away the beliefs, like cancel, delete, and clear the beliefs that have really been kind of maybe embedded from early childhood of really seeking or wanting that love and many times not feeling loved or received or validated by those that are very close around you. This is sometimes a big theme within the manifestor's journey. Now, the emotional solar plexus means that you're going to have highs and lows on the emotions, and you need to really allow those waves to move all the way through before you actually make a decision. You will make a decision slower than the other two inner authorities. It might take days to really settle in on a decision. Now, an emotional solar plexus makes it a little bit more tricky because an emotional solar plexus can actually see the validity in multiple different outcomes. Therefore, there isn't really 100% certainty with emotional solar plexus energy. Generally, rule of thumb, if you can get to 85% certainty with an emotional solar plexus center, even if there's about 15% of a, well, I could do this or I could do that, you want to just recognize that that's your go for it energy. The splenic energy is very instinctual. It's very fast. It's very in the now, reactive kind of, and in the moment. It is a little trickier to learn how to work with because it moves so quick. And it's kind of like being frightened and say somebody pops out around a corner and you go, huh, and you feel that that nervous system of jumping. Well, if they were like, oh, let me do that again, you're not going to have the same reaction. So the splenic center is something that you have to learn how to catch those very quick moments in your life. And when you do, then you will start to learn that instinctual moment, that instinctual answer that you have, that's very important to follow it because the mind is so powerful for all three of these that it'll try to talk you out of the right decision every single time. That's what the mind does. Now, the heart or the ego authority, this is about figuring out kind of on a feel sense, a know sense, or a hearing yourself speak sense of just really talking things out with yourself. One of the things I love about the heart inner authority is that you can have conversations with yourself in the mirror or just out loud. And that if you are doing this as a way to really speak out the different ideas that you have, you will just have a knowing of what feels right as you say. This way, you can start to kind of play with it. Say things that aren't completely right, and then say things that really do resonate. And you'll start to catch that little bit of a nuance of a difference within yourself. And that's how you can start to catch those differences within of your yes and your no. Inner authority is 100% about learning how to manage your aura by saying yes to what is in your soul's purpose and path, and no to what does not serve that path and does not honor your energy in this lifetime. Now, let's just recap with a bunch of things here in the next few slides about the importance of being a manifester. Again, you're here as a manifester because you actually have a connection to your throat center. Now, within the throat center, there either has to be the heart ego, a solar plexus, a connection within there, or there's even going to be a connection actually to the splenic center that is going to create a connection or an energy that moves up into the throat chakra. Now, the throat center. Now, one of the key things within here is that, again, you're a manifester because you have the throat activated by a motor, but you have no sacral center definition within your chart. That is what creates the manifestor's energy. You're one of the only true initiators within human design, which means you can act spontaneously and bring things into reality through sheer will and power. This is really, really, really special. Again, none of the other types are designed to do this. You can. You are very independent by nature. So if somebody is restricting you, telling you what to do, or if you feel bound by social structures, family structures, religious structures, educational structures, it can start to feel very restrictive. It can also start to create resentment, anger, or a sense that you really want to react or push things away. There is a true resentment to being controlled within this lifetime, and one of your least favorite things is being told what to do. Your aura, again, is closed and repelling, which again means that it's pulsing outward. This is an energy for you to recognize that others really have an admiration for it, but sometimes it's intense and others might have an uncertainty around it. So, your authenticity of your heart is everything. Remember, you're here to collaborate as a heart mind, that you are a walking heart. And you do have these ideas, and that in every way you share your ideas, they must be shared from the heart. Really, manifestors on a deep level through the human design perspective in historical times have traditionally taken on roles such as kings, priests, warriors, leaders, those that have really been guides for the tribe. And so if you can embrace that, you again want to utilize that with your highest virtues, with your Christ our heart, so that you can be that gift for others, so that they can feel that authenticity of love, that it is for the best for the entire tribe. Ultimate goals and desires of a manifestor is really to have your ideas, your energy, really, to feel as though you matter, to feel validated in a lot of ways by the ideas that you are sharing, to really be received by your tribe and your community. The deepest question can be, will I be allowed? And this many times comes as a programming from early childhood, because the way parenting has been on earth many times is through parental kind of direction of do as I say. I'm the parent, you have to. There really isn't a lot of leeway in a lot of different childhood memories many times of a manifestor child being able to be treated like an adult, because as a child you would have felt very much like an adult. You would have thrived through being respected for your ideas and given the opportunity to come up with your own conclusions or your own ideas. So, if you are parenting a manifestor child, one of the great things to do is to actually give your manifestor child multiple options, having all the options be good options, but letting them bounce them around and feel the one that's right for them, so that they don't feel as though they're being told what to do, but rather they are making that decision for themselves. Because, again, one of the least favorite things for a manifester is being told what to do. Now, it doesn't mean that parenting a manifestor means letting them do whatever they want. In fact, one of the biggest things for parenting a manifestor child is, again, teaching them how to respect the ideas, the energies, and the thoughts of others, and really how to start to learn how to bounce that really outward pulsing aura with all the magnetic other energies on the planet. So, again, remember the heart is a big thing. So, the biggest fear can be rejection or even punishment for acting in your own way. There is a deep desire to make an impact in life, to really leave a mark within the world, to feel as though your life is important, that you are doing your life purpose. And so remember, the more you honor your aura, your type, your strategy, and your inner authority, the more you are actually going to feel that peace and that resolution that you are living your life's purpose by sharing and informing others of the things that really mean something to you. Now, it's also important to recognize that as much as you want to leave an impact on the world, there is many times secretly a wish for a quiet life free from obligations or societal control. So, it's learning how to balance that, but we'll look at how really having your sacred and your safe space really takes care of that energy. Now, within relationships, remember, informing others is key. So, the more that you learn to inform others before you take actions, it's actually going to help to reduce the resistance from the people around you and allow smoother interactions. Many times, manifestors often dislike this rule of informing because it really does feel like it's decreasing resistance and conflict. Like, it, it can feel like it's as though you're being controlled or being told what to do. If I have to inform others, then it feels like, oh, well, why do I have to tell people what I'm doing before I do it, right? But if you do, it's actually going to help decrease the resistance and the conflict in life. So the more that you start to learn that others need to know what you're up to, it's the design you chose. It's what you chose as your soul's path and your learning process in this lifetime. So the more you do that, the more you are actually going to recognize you're going to get along a lot better in your relationships that you have with others. This again is as children learning to be taught to ask permission before acting. Not that they can't come up with their own ideas, but also to learn to bounce them out before doing them. Not just taking off and doing what they want. As adults, again, making major decisions that are going to impact others. This is something that even though you might feel that you know exactly what's best, it's still important to respect the community and the tribe. Every single type came to be in service to others. And even though you feel very independent, you really are, from the perspective of a leadership role, in service to your community. A true leader is not one who rules or tells another what to do. A true leader is one who lives their life in service to others. Manifestors in relationships can struggle many times with the independent nature because you can also feel like you want to take charge. So it's difficult to let go, especially if you've got an idea within your mind, and especially if you're an emotional manifesting generator, it can feel like a lot of heat rises to the head sometimes when you feel as though you are challenged or you feel like the anger energy gets activated within your field. Miscommunication can happen quite often. So remember having the ability to learn to communicate and mastering communication is going to be very helpful for you. If you are not finding that others in your community are understanding what you're saying, it is not them. You get to take a moment to reflect on how could I communicate better so that I could be a better gift of this emanating energy that I came to be. Okay, so within this, recognize that your aura is closed. So it can make you difficult for other people to read, almost like they don't get you or they can't quite connect with you. So that is going to be your responsibility to allow other people to feel that connection with you. So this is very, 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 very important for working with as creating a harmony of energy so that people can really feel that heart that you really do emanate in this lifetime. Now, informing your partner about your actions really is again the key energy. The idea of doing things and feeling like, well, I was just going to do it really quick and I was going to be right back. Like, oh, well, I figured you knew I was going to go do that. I thought we talked about that. Is really it leaves your partner and those that you're connected to feeling very uncomfortable, feeling as though they are lost, they are unloved, or they are unwanted. And even though that will be their story, obviously, for them to work on, it's also really important to recognize that your aura is unique. So when you learn to utilize it as uh, a way to nurture others, that it takes a bit more conscious effort to think about that, to really look at how your energy affects others so that you can be, again, that heart mind connection that really helps other people feel safe, secure, as though there is a really solid path that humanity is moving forward into the future that's very exciting for them. So, within this, we're just going to look at one more thing here on how to manage your energy correctly, sleep patterns, and really just honoring yourself. You do not have a motor again that is connected to the sacral center. So you really do rely on these bursts of energy. When you connect to generators, you'll get a burst of energy. When sometimes, say, either your splenic center, your root center, your emotional center, your heart center bursts an energy wave, they're short lived. So you'll have a burst of energy from there. But you do really need ample rest and downtime. You need your own place to study, reflect, and do your contemplations. Alone time is absolutely imperative for you. But when you are there, whatever you are working on while you are alone, you have to find ways to share it with your people. You are not designed for continuous work. So you do need to learn how to pace your own energy, learn your own energy. That even when it comes to really being around others, know that your presence is quite strong. So feel that vibration when you connect with others. And if it starts to feel like others are resisting on you, that's the time to do what I call the drop the mic, where you say, okay, I feel that resistance. Walk out, walk away, step out of their aura, step away from their presence in order to give breathing room not only to yourself but to others around you so that your energy is always at a high demand where others are excited when it returns back into their space. So it is important when it comes to sleep that you do want to go to sleep before you hit the wall of exhaustion because you don't have a way to replenish your energy like a generator. So if you keep exhausting yourself, you will find that it will be more difficult to recover from burnout. It can start to create even some limitations within your vitality, your way of thinking, or even your health. So you always want to make sure you're taking care and getting enough rest and going to sleep before you are absolutely depleted and exhausted. And also to remember that your energy is pulsing out. So even when you sleep, you're like on. You never turn off. So think about that if you are sleeping with a partner, that you many times back turning your back to them is helpful so that your energy might move in a different way. So you want to make sure there's some space maybe in between, so as you fall asleep, just putting some space in between the two bodies will also be helpful, or just completely sleeping alone, because again, your energy is always going to be emanating out, and it may be being picked up by the person that you're sleeping with all night. So it's really just important to have physical and energetic space while you are sleeping. So these are just some contemplations and some ideas for you to play with your energy and your aura as a manifester. You are an amazing gift to your tribe and to your people, and you are so loved. The more and more that you recognize that your heart is your greatest gift, and that when you learn how to utilize the mind and your brilliant processor of all of your thoughts and inspirations and ideas through your heart, you will find that you are truly the energy, if you will, of really propelling humanity into a better future.